Hi, this is Danny at Bradley James Classics, and we have a trade-in car, modern car that we're selling today. We seem to be doing quite a few of these modern trade-ins these days, but this one is well, rather good condition. Appears to be nicely looked after. It's called a Vauxhall Meriva. Now this is a second generation Meriva. These ones come out in about 2010, and this one is a 2015 model. Now it's a very practical, compact, multi-purpose vehicle, MPV. You'll notice the door, rather than having the handle there, it's got the handle there. So access into the car is rather smart. So it gives you actually quite a lot of space to get in and out. Very popular with families. Now, as you can see from the extra handles down the bottom, these seats can move forward. They can be flipped down flat to give you quite a huge rear boot area. Now this is only a 5-seater car, not a MPV 7-seater like a Zafira, for example, but spacious all the same. It is actually a reasonably bit bigger than the original Meriva. The second generation Meriva definitely got longer and just generally a larger car. This one is in a metallic grey. It looks quite smart and modern. It's a life edition, and it does come with quite a few standard extras. It has air conditioning, it's got low level driving lights down the bottom there, electric windows, central locking, electrically adjustable door mirrors, aluminium wheels all round, and having had the car on the ramp and given it a look over, there doesn't appear to be any issues whatsoever with the car. It looks to be rather nice. It's got rear parking sensors. Obviously, for a car that's 9 years old, you're going to experience 1 or 2 marks around the car, but it's pretty minimal. I can't see anything that looks like a serious gouge or a dent or anything like that. If I look down the side of the car there, it's fairly minimal amount of parking dents, that sort of thing. No scuffs on the corners, and the alloy wheels all look to be in good order too. It looks as if it's got good tyres fitted all round, and I can see that this one at the back, it looks to be quite a new tyre. That's a Uni Royal, so hopefully that means the others are reasonable as well. Easy to drive. Great visibility because there's lots of glass in this car, and actually, having just taken it out for a 15-minute test run just to make sure everything is okay prior to it going on the ramp, I can vouch for the car driving very nice, faultlessly. Now it's got a 1400cc petrol engine. Now by this time Vauxhall were fitting a variable valve timed engine, which means you can eke a bit of extra power out of just 1400cc. It's got, as you can see, 86,000 miles. But despite that mileage, I mean, looking at this seat, it looks like it's done sort of 5,000 miles. The inner plastics are all in good condition, as is the leather around this steering wheel. It's got quite a comprehensive looking dashboard. It looks as if it's based on probably the Astra of this era, because this all looks very similar. So it does have quite a lot of nice features. I think I mentioned the air conditioning, even though the stereo is here, and the ability to add your phone via Bluetooth. It's all standard in the car, and then you have a display screen here. You've got steering wheel controls, so you can have cruise control. So if you're going through those dreaded 50 mile an hour constant speed things on the motorway, you can just use your cruise control. You can also mute the stereo to speak on the phone, and you can control the stereo on the steering wheel. It's got a 5-speed manual gearbox, electronic handbrake, and dealer fitted mats front and rear. And just to have a little look in the back, you've got some great leg room, and you've actually got quite a decent sized boot as well, and that hanging from there is the middle seat belt by the way, in case you were wondering. Now let me pop to the back of the car and I can show you the boot space. I think I mentioned electrically controlled door mirrors, electric windows, central locking, so pretty much all mod cons. And actually the interior suits the grey exterior very nicely. So let's have a little look in the boot space. I think I'll just demo that. Look at that, it's really quite clever that these doors open this way. You'll notice they've got white out windows in the back, and very accessible space if you do decide to jump in the back. Now, let's open up, and that's a generous size boot. So I think probably a family shopping car in mind. And then there's another area under here for storing extra stuff. A few little cubby holes here and here. I guess that's where you would get in to change a light bulb, and that's another little cubby hole in here. So yeah, there's no shortage of that. Make sure I've done that out properly. Yeah, so boot space very generous, and it looks as if I can fold down just the centre section or either side. And then, as I mentioned to you earlier, in fact I could almost give you a demo here, because I know it's quite an easy system to use. You've got a handle under here, and you've got a little handle here, so that sort of releases the top. You've got to do it at the same time, I think. So let me see how that goes there. And with this handle you can actually fold pull the seat forward, so it's like adjustable seats as well. So if I really wanted to get it nice and flat, you can see that these will fold quite nicely into here. And I know with this handle under here you can actually pull the seat forward, so I'm probably doing something slightly wrong here. Yeah. So big boot with those seats folded down. Despite my slightly inexperienced use of the rear seating system of a Meriva, I'm sure it can be worked out. So folks, it's in stock. We will give this car a fresh 12 months MOT when it's bought. It's a nice thing to do. We'll make sure that the car goes through one of our PDIs, so you can be rest assured that the car is ready to drive away. And if you do have any further questions, please do let me know. We do take part exchange. That's how we got this one. We are actually a classic car dealer, so our specialisation, to be honest, is usually cars that are at least 50 years old plus. But it's getting quite common these days for people to trade in their modern cars for a classic. It was a elderly owner who was a previous owner of this, and I do believe he looked after the car very well. He was very kind and handed over 2 sets of keys and a full dealer pack, including the instruction manual and everything you get when the car is new. And I do believe the car looks to have been nicely looked after, and it certainly drives ever so well. So thank you for watching today's walk around video. This is Danny at Bradley James Classics signing out.